We are live.
Excellent.
Welcome, race fans, to Charlotte Motor Speedway NASCAR. Excuse me, I turned on my mic. My bad about that. I'm so excited about tonight's there, BS. NASCAR's longest night. 600 miles. We're going to break it down in half for you all. 300. But that's still 200 laps around this 1.5 crown jewel event here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Justin Miller and our very own BS starting on the front row here today. He is also going to be our in-race commentator as well. Field going to get set, just about to take the green flag here. It will be one lap to go once everyone gets in their positions. Do want to mention that this race will have an interruption. I do have a prior commitment, so I hope to bring you the start of the race, and then later on we will check back in and see just how this one will end underway here later. So this will be a two-parter on my channel. The Moonshine Racing League, look at them fan out 3 wide. Salute to the fans before we get ready to go racing for over 300 miles. That is a long night.
Long as my middle name, let's get it. I'm ready.
Justin Miller in the 95. 75 miles an hour through the Geico restart zone. 11 drivers who will be standing in Gatorade victory lane. We're about to find out. Perhaps no. We wave off the restart right there. Still get everybody in the running order while we're under this caution, and we have time to chat.
Got damage at the start.
Oh. That's something that these guys have to be aware of, and I think more leagues actually need to take note of, especially as when we get further into the season with damage on, because a lot of these people, we all tend to go. Some people go, some people don't. You can damage your race car, and I've seen that happen not only on online racing, but in real life too. I think one time, I believe it was a 2002 race, Jimmy Johnson and Mark Martin had to start at the rear after starting a pole because they had damage at the beginning of a race. We're at Charlotte, and we're about to go racing here, folks. Through the Geico restart zone. Already 48 off the pace, but the green flag is out. We are racing. In a little bit of a messy start to begin here at Charlotte.
That was interesting to say the least, to use every bit of that restart box.
Keep in mind, it's within the leader's discretion. They could go anytime within that restart zone, but if the leader doesn't get to the end of the restart box, it is the flag man that does control the start of the race. A little bit of contact there between the 31 and the 12 if we're watching there. Side-by-side racing mid-pack. The front 3 guys are trying to get away, including BS running in 3rd. How's the car feeling right now?
Tight. Not really turning it very well. Trying to have to work on that in the first pit stop.
A lot of these guys, I looked amongst the sheet here today, and a lot of these guys had a lot of different presets heading in here. Some of them right around in the middle, 5 and 6 range, but 7 and 8, that seemed to be very loose. But a lot of these guys say you want to be loose to be fast here. Is that something that you took into account when you set your preset?
Really, it's more important to be able to just stick it to the bottom. The bottom will loosen your car up, and if you stick it right, you can get away with a little preset, which is what I try to do. I will be adding tape to the car on the first pit stop, just 10% more, probably at like 40 or so. Probably be ideal, and hopefully it'll stick and be fast.
The Coca-Cola 600 is special. Not only is it NASCAR's longest race, but we add an extra stage here. So these guys normally have 3 stage breaks. Here we will have 4 to complete this event. As Justin Miller continuing to lead here in front of that 9, but he's got company in the form of that 19 car, all ordinary, right on his back bumper.
These are two. These are the two most the two fastest drivers in the Moonshine Cup Series. If anybody's gonna win a race, they're gonna have to beat these two. At least one of them, anyway.
These guys look extra fast, and it looks like the 19 is applying the pressure here early on the back of the 9. They're just letting him know he's there, or does he really want the spot?
It is early in the race. I wouldn't be surprised if Shane just up there bump drafted him a little bit.
You guys have actually pulled away from the rest of the pack a good, sizable distance between 3rd and 4th right now. These guys were pretty fast in practice already. 2 Chevys, 1 Toyota. You see the 4 car bounce off the wall just outside of your screen. Ooh, and continuing to find problems. It's that 4 machine. He's now bumped himself out. He was running in 4th. Blaney in that 12 car is able to pass him as well as the 31. He's now back outside the top 5. I believe these guys, we got a battle for second. Heating up. There's BS making that outside line work. I talked to some of these guys earlier today, and they thought the bottom groove would be one of the most fastest ways around this racetrack, but they weren't going to be surprised that that outside lane came into play later on in this race as rubber builds up on this racetrack here. And it looks like the 19 trying to be on the bottom, but the 95 is going to try and figure it out himself up top. Able to muscle around. Ooh, looked like Mr. Miller, almost clipped the grass right there, trying to get everything he can early.
I've noticed my car is a long run car. It doesn't take off very well, but after a few laps, it seems to come in really nicely. Oh, hello, Wolf. Yes, hello.
Once again, BS playing substitute driver. Now, what many have called the most versatile driver in the Cup Series garage. He's bounced around from team to team, but that has not slowed him down at all. If anything, it might be an added benefit going from car to car. And now he finds himself in second, looking for the lead on the outside of Justin Miller. Charlotte Motor Speedway, located in Charlotte, is hometown for a lot of these race teams here. There's no better feeling than getting a win right at your home track, and right now, that is on the mind of every one of these drivers here. It's almost like a homecoming event coming to Charlotte, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's actually my home track if you by state, even though Martinsville's technically closer to Virginia. So it's kind of interesting.
Have you been to Charlotte?
Yeah, I've been to Charlotte, Martinsville, and Daytona. I think that's it. Yeah, Charlotte, Martinsville, and Daytona. I actually went to Daytona. My sister graduated from high school. We took a trip down to Florida. She wanted to go to Disney World, and it was in the middle of July. I'm sure you know how hot it would be down there in the middle of July. But
yes.
Went down there one day. Yes. And so we went to Daytona for a day, and I remember I wanted a checkered flag basketball from one of the stores. I didn't get it, unfortunately.
Oh, got trouble. Back of the pack. 22, hard hit. Caution. Yellow is out for the first time here today after a sizable hit to the side of the 22 car. Didn't catch that here. But that would be John, and John, a lot of damage riding around that Penske Racing machine.
Okay, interesting. So we're getting about 20 laps on fuel, it looks like.
This was going to be perfect because these guys were just about having them get ready to fill in a long green flag run and start making pit stops. But pit road will be open this time by. We expect a lot of adjustments going to be made right here. 55 miles an hour. We'll ride along with BS. Looked like you actually beat Miller on pit road.
Yeah, I have no idea how that happened. I'll go like 30 something. I somehow got hit up. I don't know how that happened. But, see if they say anything about that. It don't matter. I got 17-2 on pit stop.
Four tires, Sunoco fuel going in a lot of these machines. Some adjustments also being made. The race out pit road. Looks like the 4 and the 48 are going to be amongst some of the top people to get out of pit road here first. Oh, a little bit of contact exiting pit road between the 3 and the 31 teammates right there. The 9 and the 19, your winner off pit road, followed by the 4, the 48. Doing some pit strategy. 88 back in 5th. The 22 who was involved in that incident, and correct me if I'm wrong, but if you do cause a caution in this league, do you go to the back or do you basically hold on to your position? Whatever you come out of pit road, are you allowed to keep your position?
I'm not sure. I usually just go to the back out principle because that's the only still up there in 7th, so apparently not. I usually do it out of just because that's what I do. I think that's the fairest way to do things, regardless of where it's an actual or not.
Well, 22 will start mid-pack. We're back to racing here at Charlotte. How many laps to go at the straight?
This time by it'll be 30 to go.
Each one of these stages. Oh, trouble hard hit the 22 and the 3. Bouncing to the outside wall. 22 again with damage. That one's going to hurt him. Was there contact? Oh, more contact in the mid-pack. Spinning is the 88 and the 48. Back across the track. Into the wall hard. He'll collect the 3. Trouble off the corner. Puts the caution out automatically through the game for the first time today. Major issues for the 48 and the 88.
I don't know what happened to John there, but I will confirm that someone got on the apron and killed the field.
I think the first car was the 88. He put the 48, his teammate, on the apron as well, and then the 48, trying to overcorrect, went right back in front of the field, and unfortunately the 3 car was there. We were riding along with him. He has a lot of damage to the front end of that Chevy Camaro. At least 12, 13 seconds by the looks of it. That will be our first in-game caution of the day. That caution, though, is a big break for the 22 because, like I said earlier, he got in the wall pretty hard again. Already 31 back across the track. He'll collect the 12. The 41 is what's damaged. 22 snakes through, and we're under caution again.
4 got loosed in front of the 31 tried to squeeze in between me and the 4, and the 4 got a little squirrely and sent him up into the wall.
I think someone needs to remind these drivers this is the first stage of a very, very, very long race, and already 2 grinding crashes. A lot of the field has damage now.
Hang on, I'll get right on that. Hey guys, long race. Calm down, guys. It's okay. There we go. That's taken care of.
Hopefully they'll be able to listen to you. Welcome back here, folks. It's been an exciting stage 1 here. I'm kind of sad I'll be missing stage 2 and stage 3, but we'll find out what the rest of the field has in store for the 95 and the 9. The green flag is back out. We're back to racing. Inside line has the advantage so far. Justin Miller started on the outside line. First time we've seen him back in traffic. He was the pole setter here today, still side by side. Looking, a shove from the 31 to the 22. 22 gets loose, and the 4 car up against the wall. They all make it. 1 lap under green. Will we see that consecutively? 4 car into the wall. More damage on that machine as the field begins to string itself out. Here's a battle for 7th place. 31 up on the high side, gets into the wall. Oh, contact 3 wide. Blaney in the 12 got into the side of the 88, forcing the 88 up wide into the 31. That was Chris Matagansky. Into the side of Marcus Snow. We stay green. Man, push coming to shove early here at Charlotte.
I think some of these guys are losing their patience already.
That's not good, considering we have, 280 miles left in this race.
Something around there.
The 19 in front of the 95. Best place might be up front because you're not going to be in any trouble right now. Give a shout out to the 48 car. Some strategy right there. Had a pretty quick pit stop. And now Jose finds himself in 3rd position. Anything said on the radio about that team and his crew right now?
I heard him joking on the radio about, hey John, my front end looks like yours. Some banter going on the different radio. He's hanging on solid, and he's actually catching us.
Was involved in that caution that was brought out here about 4 or 5 laps ago. That damage already fixed, and it hasn't been affecting the performance of that 48 car. Remember here a couple weeks ago, it was an ill-timed caution that prevented that 48 car from going to victory lane. The 48 Jose still looking for that first W of the season. He's right now looking underneath the 95. That 48 could be strong. 5-car breakaway at the front of the field. This Toyota leads the charge at 2 Chevys and 2 Fords. And now Jose finds himself under pressure in the 48. 41 will get around him. He now falls into the clutches of Justin Miller, his teammate, as we begin to go single file. Let's ride along with the 95 here, and BS, give us a lap through Charlotte here. What are you doing inside the race car and on the control? Oh, trouble! Through the grass, it's Jose! Already through the infield was their contact. Back across the track and hard into the wall. Caution. Look out pit road. I don't know what sent that 48 wide. Man, BS, this seems to be our thing. I remember a couple, I think it was like last year, Larry Mack and Mike Joy, they would always ask, they would have the stats about, when we'll go to a caution or when will they go on pit road. That was their thing, and the caution will come out. Well, every time I try to ask you, let's ride along or give us a lap through here, seems like something happens on the racetrack. So we're back under caution. We'll get back to that here momentarily, folks, but right now, pit road is going to be a busy place. Our 3rd caution of the day and 2nd manual caution.
Yeah, I just hear you say taking us through a lap, but I see Jose going through the grass, and I'm like, yeah, that's probably not going to happen.
Did you see what sent that 48 car into the inside wall?
I'm not sure. I saw it flying sideways in my mirror. I didn't see what caused it.
Having such a good day early, but man, every so often looks like the 95 will win the race off pit road, followed by the 19. He'll beat him off. Justin Miller in 3rd. The rest of the field files suit. First time we've seen the 95, a substitute driver, already with 1 W under his belt here today after that great finish at Kansas a couple of weeks ago. Charlotte is known for its fantastic finishes, often fueled by fuel strategy. We'll see if that will be a factor late in this one here today. Want to take you back here to this race, 2002, wasn't the Coca-Cola 600, but it was the UAW 500, and it was Jamie McMurray filling in for an ailing Sterling Marlin after his wreck at Kansas that year. Jamie McMurray would go on to beat Bobby Labonte and score his first win in just his second Cup start. Can the 95 follow history and get another win as a substitute driver? Green flag is back out. He's on the gas, and a push from the 19 will send those two cars well into the lead and away from the pack as we get speed here down the back straightaway. Charlotte is, got a car wide, off the track, he'll take the 88, more contact in the back of the pack, spinning is the 4 through the infield. 48 is involved, caution is gonna come out. Cautions breed cautions. Our 5th Service Master Clean caution is out for a multi-car incident out of turn number 4. It's gonna be a long night.
Yeah, I don't think these guys heard me when I said it was a long race. Oh well. Stay up front, don't get back there involved in it. What?
These guys have choices to make. Some of these guys that are in the back of the pack that weren't involved in that incident, I would highly suggest staying out. Because, like you said, it seems like the eye of the storm seems to be 4th place on back. You don't really want to be around there. They've been some really, really hard hits as we get set for the restart here. How many laps to go at the stripe?
10. As I said, I missed the shift.
Our leader in heavy traffic, Justin Miller, is going to try and take advantage. 95 hangs right on his left rear quarter panel, side by side into turn number 2. And now down the backstretch, who will have the advantage? 95 gets it back going again. 19 and the 9. They have been the class of the field so far. Contact. Matikansky through the grass, saves it. Wow, who was that? One car, I believe that was glitching. I don't know who that was, but we just saw somebody literally just take off and into the atmosphere. Matikansky, really, really trying to hang on to that race car. 8 laps to go. Let's get back up front. We're riding along with Marcus Snow, Justin Miller right in front of him. Looking underneath is all ordinary Shane in that 19 car. Keeps it right on the bottom of the racetrack. 95 way wide. That almost opened up the door. And look how much of a gap that was depleted by that one move as the 19 looks underneath the 95. Heard from inside the race car, listening in to BS as he tries to keep the rest of the field at bay. Significant distance between 5th and 6th right now. 5-car breakaway at the front of the field. 95 looking in his rearview mirror because right now it's full of the 19, and the 9. 4-car has come to play as well. What I like about UBS is that you've been able to search where your car runs the best. It hasn't always been up at the bottom. It hasn't been, it's a slip up into the wall. He'll take out the 9. The 19 is in it. 4-car almost was damaged. 88 down pit road. It all came because of contact after the 95 got on the apron. That little slip up Look at the accordion effect. It took out the rest of the field. 88 on pit road. Oh, no, my goodness. When the leaders
search and the apron doesn't work,
have an issue. Oh, my goodness. And we're hearing on pit road, Team Penske cars, they're both out of the race. Right now, the 22 and the 12 are both ghosted. So Roger Penske, his teams have been eliminated from competition here early in stage 1.
Yeah, that was definitely all my fault. I made one mistake and it killed the field.
Wow.
We'll have to make an adjustment to this thing.
What happened to the rest of the field?
I think we're getting a new lobby. Yeah, we're getting a new invite.
Are you guys restarting again?
I don't know.
Well, okay then. This has been practice for the Moonshine Racing League, if you could call that.
Apparently.
that. I must admit, folks online and that are watching this broadcast, I don't know exactly what's happening, so I'm going to stop this. Unfortunately, if that's the case, I will not be able to bring you the start of this next race because I unfortunately have to go, but I will try to bring you the end. My companion there, DS, will be in the race. He'll be able to fill me in. We'll bring you a dramatic ending here for this Coca-Cola 600 after it's already been off to a fiery start. Please send me all the invites.